In a world where carbs are your enemy, you need one man to help you fight your battles. That man is Jimmy.
Combating nutrition disinformation and general bull. It's Jimmy Rants. JimmyRants.com.
How do you know if you are doing keto well? It's as simple as Keto. K is for keep carbs low, which means to consume less than 50 grams daily and then adjust accordingly to your individual carbohydrate tolerance level. E is for eat more fat, since it is the primary fuel source providing satiety for the body when you cut carbs. T is for test ketones often, using blood or breath devices to know where you stand in your pursuit of ketosis. O is for overdoing protein is bad when it is consumed well beyond what the body needs. So the next time you wonder whether or not you are eating a well-formulated low-carb, high-fat, ketogenic diet, just remember Keto.
Simplified short-form keto videos found exclusively at ketowhiteboard.info. Watch it, share it, live it.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another Instagram Live. And we're here with another episode of Jimmy Rants. JimmyRants.com is the website. Here's how the fun works. We start off over on Instagram, so go follow me there. I'm at Living Low Carb Man over on Instagram, LivinLowCarbMan. Once you're there, you can engage live in the content, just like all these amazing people are doing right now coming in. Welcome in, you guys. If you missed the live, you can watch it on replay for up to 24 hours on Instagram. After 24 hours, it does disappear from Instagram, so we throw all the past episodes. Every one of them is archived on YouTube. So go type in a keyword, Jimmy Rants. You will find the show. Finally, we have the best of the best moments of this here show in podcast form. It's the official Jimmy Rants podcast, and you can go find that on Apple Podcast as well as Stitcher. All of these links, you guys, are at JimmyRants.com. Today's Jimmy Rants is all about this notion of keto being the answer to all of your health woes. So earlier this week, I told you about Dr. William Davis, the guy behind Wheat Belly, and how he now does not believe that people should be in a long-term state of ketosis. And one of the things that he put in his column about this that he posted, and I did a whole Jimmy Rants all about it. Go find it. But one of the comments that he made was, well, people who eat keto think all you've got to do is just go keto and all of your health woes go away. So when I read that, and he's not the only one that's ever said that, he's just the latest one, but I see these kinds of things. Well, people that eat a ketogenic diet, they only think all you have to do is go keto, and there's nothing else you have to do in order to magically lose all the weight you want and to see all of your health markers get in order. Can I just say, there's nobody in this space who has ever made that claim. Nobody in leadership in the ketogenic movement has ever made the claim that if you simply go keto, that that's all you really need to do. And of course, this is also a criticism of keto. Well, everybody knows you can't just go keto. You have to add other things like fasting and other kinds of things to make it work. And so what I want to talk about here today is, no, keto is not a health panacea for everyone, but it is the foundation for so many. So getting your diet right is a big part of getting everything to turn around in your weight and your health goals. So whenever you find that diet that's right for you, and for a lot of us, minimizing down on the carbs, moderating on the protein, and eating lots of healthy fats, that's been the answer to control our blood sugar, to control our cravings and our hunger, to bring down triglycerides, to lower the inflammation levels in our diet, to get blood sugar and insulin down where they need to be. But diet alone doesn't always move the needle all the way. And so sometimes people try to make that as the argument. See, diets don't work. Keto doesn't work. You got to add things to it. It's no bueno. Well, guess what, guys? It doesn't matter what diet you do. There is no one diet that's the health panacea for everyone. But I do think keto is a great foundational diet, which you then add other things to. So let me give an example in my life. So in addition to keto, I very naturally and very easily implement periods of intermittent fasting practically on a daily basis. And on occasion, I do some extended fasting of 3, 5, 7 days. And that's a natural part of adding something to the ketogenic diet to make it work well for me. Something else that I've been doing is infrared sauna. So doesn't have anything to do with your diet, but has immense, tremendous health benefits. I also try to do relaxation types of exercises, meditation, those kinds of things. I also stand on a vibration plate. This is pretty cool. Maybe I should do a whole Jimmy Rants episode from my vibration plate. Welcome back to another episode of Jimmy Rants. It would be hilarious. To get the lymph system kind of going. There's so many little things that I do in my lifestyle that go along with the keto very well. I talk about a lot of these things, you guys, on my Friday podcast called the Keto Hacking MD podcast, engaging in a lot of biohacking and things like that to go along with the diet. And I got a book coming out in July with my co-host on Keto Hacking MD, Dr. John Lemansky, called Keto Plus, because we make the case of what I'm talking about here today. We make the case that keto is like the foundation of it all, but you got to add some things to it to help enhance the benefits that you get from it. And it's always amazing to me how we put all of this onus on diet and diet alone to produce weight loss, to lower inflammation, to produce blood sugar changes. While diet can have a profound impact on all of those things, diet alone doesn't always move the needle. Diet alone doesn't always enable your body to let go of stored body fat. There's a lot of you that watch me because you're looking for me to share clues with you about maybe things that are helping me move the needle in that way. And so I'm constantly trying to share those kinds of things. And so what I'm sharing here today is a lot of people that go to keto and you put all of this onus on keto and keto alone to provide you all of the benefits that you're looking for in your weight and your health. And while keto is viewed by outsiders as, well, I guess if I just go keto, all of those health and weight issues go away. The fact of the matter is all of those health issues will start to move in a better direction, but they don't necessarily go away. But what keto does is it's the beginning part of all of this. I guess that's a good way to put it. Think about keto as that first step in a series of steps that will lead you to better weight and health. Okay? So keto lowers the blood sugar impact, lowers the insulin impact, reduces the amount of inflammation in your body so your body can start to heal. But be patient with yourself if your body's not healing quick. That Kaiser Permanente article that I did a little bit earlier on a Jimmy Rants, that was one of the things. Oh, if you go keto, it promises quick weight loss. And I'm going, no, we're not talking about quick weight loss. We want people to have lifelong health. And the way to lifelong health is to embrace, yes, nutritional things that will help make that happen, but then adding on things to that to help precipitate it and make it a lifelong change in your lifestyle so that it lasts for the rest of your life and gives you those benefits for many years to come. So the bottom line in this Jimmy Rants, you guys, you're going to hear a lot of people trying to mock keto. See, all those keto people, all they care about is you just go keto and tomorrow, if you need to grow a new limb, it's going to grow a new limb for you. Trust me, I hear those kinds of things all the time. And they're trying to mock it. They're trying to mock people that do this way of eating. And you guys know if it's working well for you, then great. That's why you're doing it. And I would not ever succumb to the temptation that comes at, well, if I have to add something to keto, something's wrong with keto. No, keto is perfectly fine. Keto is that foundation by which you are doing all of these other things that help to maximize those benefits. I'm doing the ultimate adding on to keto come September 1st when I go away for 6 months. And it's going to be very interesting once I add in that new layer of I ain't going to be here and I'm going to have pretty much nothing going on the agenda to try to reduce stress. It's going to be really fascinating if after all these years of eating keto, taking that time off actually starts to move the needle, fat loss, and lots of other ways that it might do that. So really, really looking forward to that, by the way. But it's a little while from now, so I'm still here for a little more time. But I just want you guys to know, you're going to hear a lot of people talking smack, as I like to say, about keto not being this great health panacea for everyone, but it is a great foundation for where you begin in your health pursuit. All right, let's see what you guys have to say. Welcome in, welcome in. Thanks for being here. I'm loving that carnivore jawline. Thank you, Stoddy Base. Carnivore has been good to me. Keto, carnivore. Carnivore is way too high in protein, but keto carnivore has been really good. And yes, I am wearing shirts that are about to engulf me. It was funny. I was cleaning out my shed today, or not my shed, my hen house today, with a rake, getting all the poop and everything, cleaning it up and getting it out. And my pants kept falling down. I couldn't keep my pants on because they're starting to get pretty loose. So it's pretty darn neat. Let's see here. Sherry says, I add a few supplements and occasional, when I can afford it, massage, and I'm working very hard on that daily meditation in addition to keto. So Sherry, you get it. I also do supplements. Christine has me on a digestive enzyme to kind of help me digest fats better while I'm doing this keto carnivore. She was a little bit concerned not having any vegetables, that I would not be digesting all of those fats and the meats that I'm eating. So taking that along with some, regular vitamins that I typically take anyway, vitamin D, and a whole lot of other things. So yeah, that's always a good idea. And then having a massage. You guys saw me in my hot tub yesterday. I've got a massage chair, other ways to relax. And then the meditation piece, I bought this device called a Muse, M-U-S-E, and you basically stick it on your head and it goes across here. It kind of mimics the effects of an EEG, and it goes with your iPhone or whatever app on whatever your phone is. And when your mind starts to wander, it starts to play thunderstorms. So you take your breath and you try to bring your mind back under control by calming it down with your breath. And then you start to hear birds chirping when you've gotten into a more calm state. So I've been using that lately to try to bring about meditation. So it's pretty cool. And all of that, as Sherry said, is on top of what keto is doing for my body. Snoochie says, I have to say no other diet I've done has helped me have less inflammation and full of energy. And that's the thing. We're so exuberant about keto because for the first time in a lot of our lives, we have suffered for so long with diet after diet after diet that's left us hungry, that's left us irritable, that's left us wanting more, and we never really see that what we're doing is something we could do for the rest of our lives. Keto has changed that. Keto, for the first time in our lives, has allowed us to have a diet that tastes good, that makes you feel good, that lowers all of the bad markers on your blood work into the good range, that there's no hunger, there's no cravings, I mean, there's just no downside to eating keto. So forgive us if we're a little exuberant about this magical diet that has given us all of these benefits. And I think they underestimate all of the critics of keto that say, well, you keto people think it's the health panacea for everything and everybody. And it's hard not to believe that when you yourself have gotten all these great benefits. Now, I know there's some people, they don't do well on keto for whatever the reason. Hey, that's cool. If you don't, it's all good. I still love you. I'm going to support you on whatever plan does work for you. What I don't think needs to happen, though, is people poo-poo on keto and then they don't do anything themselves. I see that way too often. And or they poo-poo on keto and then they're miserable on whatever their chosen diet plan is. Find what works for you means find what works for you and support those people that have found what works for them. And for so many of us, it is a ketogenic diet. No other diet has ever given me a clear mind like keto. That's right, Snoochie. That's a big reason why I went keto, or why I keep doing keto, even in the midst of the weight not always being cooperative. I would do keto alone just for the brain health benefits, the mental benefits, having a sharp brain, having a calm mood. All of those things are fascinating to me, especially since in the past, every diet I've ever been on, I was a grouch and I was not a happy person. And you guys I know can relate that have had to do a low-fat diet. You're constantly hungry, you're constantly irritable, and your spouse is like, please get off of that diet or I'm going to strangle you. So you know what I'm talking about. C-Doc says, once I bought my Tesla and electric car, I'll never go back to gas energy. Exact same thing with keto. Never eat anything that will try to throw me out of ketosis. Yeah, this whole cycling in and out of ketosis, I'm like, why? Why? I feel so good in ketosis that if I get kicked out, I don't feel good. And as an insulin resistant person, it's very easy for me to get kicked out of ketosis. And that's not a desirable state. I want to try to stay in this optimal state for me as much as possible. And if that means I do keto and then add in infrared sauna, maybe some cold thermogenesis, maybe do some HIIT exercises, which I will be doing a Jimmy Rants, by the way, of me flipping the tire. So stay tuned. That's coming soon. And all of this other stuff that we add to the ketogenic diet, all of those things working in symbiosis to make me feel good and be healthier. Why is that ever a bad thing? No other diets ever helped me lose weight with like keto without any starvation, says Snoochie. Exactly. Snoochie does have a question. If you're not supposed to overdo protein on keto, why is carnivore good for you? Because I'm not overdoing protein. I'm not doing carnivore, Snoochie. I'm doing keto carnivore. Carnivore is going to be somewhere around 65, 70% fat. What I'm doing is deliberately a bit higher in fat because I know that I don't do well with a traditional carnivore. So I'm around 75 to 80% fat. And it doesn't sound like it's a whole lot of difference, but it's all the difference in the world for me seeing results. And so that is the foundation of what I'm doing right now. And then I'm adding other things to that. Mansoor19 says, I know keto has helped me reverse my type 2 diabetes, but I hear people always say keto is not good for life. It's not good for the heart and also makes you lose muscle. Is that true? Why would it be true? I don't know any evidence that says keto is bad for your heart. Every single heart health marker that matters, and that includes your triglycerides, they drop like a rock. That's a good thing when you go keto. HDL cholesterol, that's the good cholesterol. It goes up when you eat a high-fat diet. Small, dense LDL particles, they go way down when you eat keto. Your HSCRP, which is a key inflammation marker, because keto is an anti-inflammatory diet, it's nothing but a good thing for your heart to have inflammation levels be lower. So that's the heart health argument, totally debunked. What's the other one? And makes you lose muscle. I see that my friend Keto Coach Lauren came on here. We did a Jimmy Rants together several months back. And Lauren will be the first to tell you, because she does do some heavy weightlifting as a woman. And she eats a ketogenic diet, and she'll tell you, you can put on some muscle. I got to tell you, it's been several months since I've done some really active lifting. But I have noticed that my strength is just as good today as it was when I was actively lifting. So I'm really looking forward to getting back to the active lifting again. But you do not lose muscle. In fact, I've done some DEXA scans that have shown I've put on muscle while losing fat. So this whole notion that you lose muscle on keto, it's not grounded in any scientific evidence, and I haven't seen it anecdotally myself. Let's see here. All right, so I'm not doing general questions, Mansoor, but thank you for asking about konjac noodles. If you have general questions outside of what we're talking about today, I did a Q&A session yesterday. You should have asked this yesterday. Then just send me a message here on Instagram. I'd be happy to help you. Fat is the preferred fuel source for the heart and brain. Sure, the brain needs some glucose, but the body can make glucose from protein. Christine is right. That is exactly right. Is it normal to get keto rash while fasting? So you guys, you're asking all these general questions. I did a Q&A yesterday where you could have asked all the general questions you wanted to. Today, we're talking about keto not being a health panacea for all, but it's the foundation for many. So if you don't have something related to that topic, sorry, I'm not going to answer your question, but we do this show and we stay on topic. When I do these Q&As, that's when you can ask those kinds of questions. But again, AskG1058, go ahead and send me an Instagram message. I'd be happy to answer that question for you. All right, guys, so the bottom line in this Jimmy Rant, you're going to hear a lot of people talk about, oh, all you keto people, you think you just go into a ketogenic state and that magically makes you lose 50 pounds, that magically makes your type 2 diabetes go away, that magically improves your health and you can start flying with your arms, flapping your arms. They're going to say all this stuff to try to mock people that do keto. But none of us that are reasonable in this space are saying anything of the sort. What we're saying is keto is an excellent foundation to put your body into the proper state to get it on the path to healing. Nobody that I know will see anything bad necessarily happen to them if they embrace real whole foods that are low in carbs, moderate in protein, and high in fat. That's what we're talking about here. I know people like to throw the K word around. Oh, it's such an unnatural state. No, it's not. And if your body happily goes there eating real whole foods, then we should be embracing that. And then on top of that, for some of us with insulin resistance and some other metabolic challenges, that's where you add HIIT training, infrared sauna, ice therapy, meditation, getting good quality sleep, getting off of medications if you can, taking supplements, all of these other things that are ancillary to that foundation, which is keto. Lisa says, I've been keto for 2 years. My HDL is 97. Trigs were 40-something. I'm clearly unhealthy. Lisa, those numbers are incredible, my dear. Good job. That's a triglyceride to HDL ratio of less than 0.5. And anything under 3 is considered good. Under 1 is optimal, and you're under 0.5. So that's pretty outstanding. So kudos to you. All right, guys, that's it for this episode of Jimmy Rants. JimmyRants.com is the website. And if you want to engage live, you got to go follow me on Instagram. Follow me at Living Low Carb Man, LIVINLOWCARBMAN. Once you're there, you can engage live just like all of these people did here today. So thanks for being here, you guys. If you missed the live, it's all good. You can watch the live on replay. So you can't really watch it live. I guess you're watching the recording of it on Instagram. So go follow me there. If you don't do Instagram, not everybody does, we do throw all the past episodes up on YouTube. So go follow me there. You can type in a keyword, Jimmy Rants, and you will find the show. Finally, we have the best of the best moments of this here show in podcast form. It is the Jimmy Rants podcast over on Apple Podcasts, as well as Stitcher. JimmyRants.com is the website, and I want to show you guys this. This is my brand new book coming out in May. Wow, it took up the whole freaking screen. Sorry about that. Keto Clarity Cookbook. We're still working on the front cover, but isn't that beautiful? And then those of you who have been asking about the carnivore diet. This is the new book that's coming out by Dr. Sean Baker. That's coming in, when is it coming? April. So it's called The Carnivore Diet. You can actually pre-order it now on Amazon. And so really, really cool stuff, huh? I didn't know you could actually show pictures. I was just doing this. So while I'm showing you pictures, I cleaned out my coop today. So there's the hen house. And I raked all of that poop and hay and all kind of stuff out of there. So it's clean as a whistle right now. Look at this, you guys. We have in our greenhouse, this is our plant, our cherry tomato plant. So we planted cherry tomatoes. We started them in an arrow garden. If you don't know what an arrow garden is, go look it up on Amazon. It's a pretty cool thing. You can actually start the garden in a little pod inside your house using this arrow garden. And then we've been transplanting all of these things to our greenhouse. So now we have, as you can see right there, the first flower coming in. So where there's a flower, there is soon going to be vegetables. So it's pretty darn cool. All right, is there any other great? Oh, I got to show you guys this. So I was at Costco earlier today, and look at what I found. This is so hilarious. Organic croutons. Organic freaking croutons. Who thinks of this stuff? Organic croutons. So I was like, organic croutons? What does that mean? Organic wheat flour. Organic sunflower. Organic safflower oil. Organic cracked rye. Organic cracked wheat. Ugh. Organic sugar. Organic wheat gluten. Organic garlic powder. So let's just throw organic in front of all these crappy ingredients, and we're going to sucker those people into buying this idiotic product. Organic croutons. What is going on? I cannot imagine what is happening. But anyway. All right, guys, I guess I will end this Jimmy Rants. JimmyRants.com. We'll see you next time.